Hey everybody, this is David Kendrick, owner of Lion Speaking Agency, and I wanted to make a video today based on what I've been going through for the past couple of days here when it comes to the coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. Now, usually I do professional speaking about mental health, but recently I've been volunteering on the emotional support line here in the state of Georgia for people who are going through a hard time dealing with COVID-19. And I'm just going to talk about what I've been hearing, kind of what I call the pulse of the nation, but instead of the nation, it's going to be people here in the state of Georgia. And just talk about what people are feeling when it comes to this coronavirus and the different emotions that they're going through and the mental health of the individuals here in Georgia. I am certified in mental health first aid, and we've been taking the appropriate steps to help individuals who are going through any type of mental health emergency or try to prevent a mental health emergency. So I want to go into what I've been hearing for the past couple of days here on the line from people here in the state of Georgia. People are scared. People are scared to death of the coronavirus, and because it's something that they cannot see. So as soon as you walk out your doors, people are worried about where they're going because the essential workers, they're afraid that they may come into contact with this thing, and since they're not able to see it, they're afraid, they're scared. I talked to someone today who's a home health aide, and he stated that he has to take care of patients who just recovered from the coronavirus and they're being let go from different hospitals here in the area. Like Emory's a great hospital, and he didn't say what hospital that they were released from, but I know Emory, they treated a lot of people who had Ebola in the past. So I don't know if they're treating people here or not, well, with COVID-19 or not, but he said that when he enters a home with someone who was just released from the hospital, he's taking the proper precautions to protect himself from becoming infected, but he doesn't know if the people who were just released from the hospital are. So he was worried about every single day he's going around visiting different people in their homes, and he was saying that he almost wanted to burn his clothes because he didn't want to go home and in the same clothes that he went to 3 or 4 different houses in a day and have this thing come home to his family. So he was anxious and he was just looking for information, and he didn't know exactly what to do. He said he didn't want to quit his job, but he's scared to death right now because he's taking care of individuals who are recovering and who are still showing symptoms, but they've been cleared to be cleared from their hospital to go home. Another individual I talked to today was a lady who, she's here in Georgia, and her mother was in New York, and her mother passed away. She said that her mother went to a doctor for a physical, and a couple of days later she passed away from COVID-19. And she is so anxious and so depressed, and it was just a heartbreaking call that I had with this lady because she said she doesn't know what to do now. Now she has to prepare for a funeral, and she doesn't know how. She can't go to the tri-state area where her mother is to make the proper arrangements. And then she's depressed and she's anxious because her mother caught it and unfortunately passed away from it, and she's worried about, what if I catch it myself? I'm in such a close proximity with people every single day because she's considered an essential worker as well. So she's worried about coming in contact with it because she was impacted firsthand by this coronavirus. She lost somebody very, very close to her. So what I've been doing, trying to put these mental health action plans in place, is just to assure people to take the appropriate steps to protect themselves in any way whatsoever from this virus. And the biggest takeaway that I had from the first couple of days on this emotional support line is the information that's being passed around. And what I would tell people is, if you're not going to check where you get your information from, don't pass it around to other people. Because the information that I'm hearing on these emotional support lines it's putting more fear in people than hope. And people don't know what sources to trust now. So I'm hearing people, they're saying that they're being told to go here for information, go there for information. And me, part of the G in the mental health action plan is giving reassurance and information. So what we've been doing is just directing people directly to the CDC's website, because they're one of the leading sources right now who are on the front lines helping fight this virus and hopefully to find a cure for it. But what I'm hearing, and it's very disheartening, is the amount of people who are getting bad information out there. So if you're going to give out information, make sure that it's from the CDC, because some of the people who are in the most vulnerable demographics to catch this thing, which are people 50 and over, they may not be technologically advanced enough to go out and find this information on their own. They may be getting it from Facebook, which is, we know that it spreads fake news left and right. And it's an election year as well. And the candidates out here who are voting or going for whatever race that they're entering, they may give out information that may feed into their agenda. And people believe, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever, people, they believe in these candidates. So they take what these candidates say is gospel. And I'm hearing a lot of bad information that is being spread out there from a lot of different sources, both political and non-political. So what I've been telling people, the G in this mental health action plan, is just to give reassurance and information, because people are scared to death out here, and they're getting their information from all the wrong places, and they're not sure what to do, and they're not sure what action they should be taking to protect themselves, because they're hearing information from so many different places. So I've been telling people on the emotional support line to go to the CDC. Last story I want to touch on is there are a lot of people out there who are anxious because they are considered essential workers, and they're doing the best that they can with the shortages that we have: masks, gloves, PPE, the personal equipment to protect themselves. People don't know what to do as far as getting these supplies, and they're afraid to go to work. For those who haven't been laid off or furloughed, they're anxious every single day they leave their homes. I talked with someone who, she stated that she had on 2 pairs of gloves to protect herself, but one of her fingernails cut through the glove. And she was so anxious, she went to the emergency room that day because she feared that she came into contact with the coronavirus. So people out here are anxious, they're getting bad information, and they don't know what to do, because this is unlike anything that we've ever seen before. And some people, they still have to go out there and go to work. So what I've been telling people to do, go to the CDC for their information, make sure that they're taking all of the proper steps to protect themselves, wearing gloves, wearing masks if you have to go out, if you're considered an essential worker, and just make sure you can do whatever you can to prevent this from spreading, and do whatever you can to protect not only yourself, but the individuals in your family as well. So those are a couple things that I'm hearing out there while I am on the Georgia mental health support, emotional support line for COVID-19. I'll share that information in the comments or in the description of this video. Just wanted to share that information out there, let people know what's going on in Georgia. And I know if it's going on here in Georgia, it's going on elsewhere in the world as well. Hope you all stay safe out there.